Hello again and welcome to the 7th video in our Quick Start training video series. In this video, we're going to talk about importing your leads. Obviously, before you start dialing, you have to have leads in the system, and this is going to be a video to show you how to do that. Now, there are a couple ways that you can get leads into the system. One of those we're going to cover in this video, which is how to import via CSV file, which is a common type of file format that most people have access to. The other way would be using one of the integrations. We do have an integration with Zapier as well as various CRMs, and we have a custom API, but we're going to get into that in an advanced video. For this video, we're just going to be covering CSV file. So if you export your leads from your CRM, most likely it's going to come in a CSV format. If you have a lead vendor that you work with, most likely they're sending you those leads in a CSV format. Now, in order to convert a file that is in an Excel file, you can do that by clicking on the file and then saving it as that CSV file format. Now, you'll see here on this file, I have a header row, which is telling me what each of the fields are in this file, and then I have the fields under each of those rows. So once you have your format, your file in the CSV format, just go ahead and save it, and then we're going to go ahead and import it. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. In this file, it's a simple file. It's just first name, last name, email, and phone. But if I had several custom fields, or if I had a lot of custom fields that I wanted to import, I could do that at the same time as I'm importing. I can create the custom fields during my import process. You can also go into the custom fields area and add them manually if you need to designate the type of field that you're adding. But for this video, we're just going to talk about how to import leads. So if you click on Contacts, select Import Contacts. The first thing you'll want to do is select which group that you want to import those leads into. I'm going to add them to the sample leads folder. Next, you see an option here to select your country code. Now, if the file that you're uploading already has the country code, you're definitely going to want to remove that country code on the file first, because it will add a duplicate country code. So go ahead and remove that. And then next, you'll see you have the option to add a tag. So you can create a tag, or you can select from a tag that you already have. We're going to go more into tagging in a future video on how to do more advanced lead management and using tags. But if you wanted to create a tag while you're importing, if you just type in the tag and it's not found, just click Add Tag and it'll add that tag. Next, we'll go ahead and select our file. Select the disclaimer. Make sure you do read the disclaimer here, and then click Start Import. Now it opens up the file, and you'll see that if it detects a field name that matches automatically in our system fields, then it'll map that automatically. But if it's not detected, then you can map that field. So we'll just go ahead and look for first name and then number. Now, you'll notice over here on the right, you do have the ability to create a custom field. In this case, number doesn't show up, but we have a different type of phone. We have mobile and phone. So if you wanted to create a custom field, all you would do is just type in the name of that custom field, and then it'll create that field and map it to that field when you import the list. But we're just going to go ahead in this case and select mobile. Now, mobile is it has an activity that allows you to send text messages. So if you don't have mobile selected, then you won't be able to send text messages to those leads if they are mobile numbers. If they're landlines, then just select phone. Now down here at the right, you'll see I have 0 unmatched columns in my file. I click Next. I can name the file import. And then I have the ability to select how I want to handle duplicates. So here this will automatically recognize the lead based off of the email and name. And if you're moving it into a different group, it'll do that on this file or on this update. It'll move them. I'm sorry. In this option, it will add any additional data that you have to blank fields. So for example, if you had a phone number and you're importing the list and now you have a name, we'll add that. Same thing with append. It'll also allow you to add additional fields and fill out any blank fields. And then finally, manually allows you to individually look at each record and decide how you want to handle them. So we're just going to go ahead and keep on the default. Click finish. And the leads are now being imported into the system. So you'll see here there's a couple of options available. Past imports to see what you've imported in the past. The process queue shows leads that are currently being imported. And then your failed queue would show you if you have any files that you've tried to upload that has failed. So we're going to go ahead and wait for a moment for this to complete. All right, you'll see that that has cleared. That means the leads are now imported. And you might need to come back and check on it depending on how big the file is. So now if I go over to my contacts, you'll see all of the new leads that we just imported are inside of that group. If I click on that, you'll also see the tag that I added as well. So you can see the lead group and then the tag that I added as well as when it was added. So that's it. You have now imported leads into the system. I'll see you in the next video.